involves crossing 8 peaks before you get to the main event. But we had a plan. Although I was the first woman to climb Everest from both south and north sides, I never had Everest as a goal. I started climbing because I discovered rock climbing as a teenager, and then I was just passionately curious about trying things that were more difficult, more remote, higher, harder, and I desperately wanted to go to the Himalaya. And there was the first South African Everest expedition, full of men, all men, and then at the last minute they came up with this bizarre, almost early reality TV style selection of a woman to join the team, as if she was a flag to be planted on the summit. But I just saw an opportunity. Right up until 2 hours short of the summit, when I stood and looked across the final piece of climbing and thought, I can do that. Only then did I think that I was about to have climbed Everest. And I stood on the summit and looked out at all those mountains and just thought, I need to get a whole lot more ambitious about what I set out to do. I gained so much confidence from that climb. When you try and do things that have never been done before, there's a whole different level of difficulty. You'd expect the most challenging thing about those climbs to have been the physical difficulty, but it's not. That's entry level, needing to know how to climb, how to stay safe in that environment. It's the people. My first Everest expedition was appalling for teamwork. Teamwork is much more difficult than we expect. But then when you get it right, when you finally do have a group of people who are really pulling together for an objective, then that's immensely powerful. People are complicated, and that's where your focus ought to lie as a leader. All the technical, logistical stuff, you should have brought people on board who are experts in that already. My corporate clients don't need to know how to climb mountains. I don't need to know how to make widgets. We all need to know, though, how to take really ambitious people in situations of high stress, high pressure, pursuing big objectives, and get them to be as effective as possible while still being safe in these uncertain environments. The last expedition I did was a ski ascent of a 20,000-meter peak up in the Yukon of Canada. The next one I'm working on, unclimbed mountain. A mountain that is literally no one on earth has ever climbed. And they exist, but of course these days they can be in some fairly obscure places of the world. So there's quite a lot of planning and permissions that goes into getting together an expedition like that.